Even in a campaign built out of unintended irony, there has been nothing more ironic than questions about Hillary Clinton's pneumonia and whether she would be fit to serve still coming from the campaign of an opponent who will not denounce or even distance himself from supporters who often shout that she should be killed or hanged or shot for treason. We want you dead, but we're concerned that your health disqualifies you from being elected. Well, there is one thing more ironic than that Donald Trump's point man on Secretary Clinton's health is Rudolph Giuliani. Rudy, seriously? The media, quote, fails to point out several signs of illness by her. All you've got to do is go online and put down Hillary Clinton illness. Take a look at the videos for yourself. Dr. Rudy Giuliani. Rudy, do you even remember when you ran for president yourself starting in 2006, when you were still considered a short-term survivor of prostate cancer? Do you remember anybody then saying it was disqualifying in any way? Do you remember anybody saying that the possibility of recurrence or the chance that you might have cancer anywhere else in your body, that might make you unfit to seek the highest office in the land? Did any of your opponents have the gall to attack you over your own health? Did any of your opponents do that when you were first diagnosed, while you were running for that Senate seat from New York? Who were you running against again? Oh, right! Hillary Clinton! The New York Times, April 28th, 2000. Mrs. Clinton spoke to the mayor by phone yesterday while campaigning in the Finger Lakes district and wished him, according to her press secretary Howard Wolfson, a, quote, speedy recovery. The mayor, who has been sharply critical of both Mrs. Clinton and the Clinton administration in recent weeks, said, "Thank you," according to Mr. Wolfson. The conversation, Mr. Wolfson said, lasted 1 minute. What the hell, Rudy? That doesn't sound like an attack on you for not addressing your health sooner or having the media cover it up for you. What about when you had to drop out of the race because of the cancer? Again, the New York Times, May 20th, 2000. Mrs. Clinton, who telephoned the mayor shortly after his announcement, said afterward, "I certainly hope and pray, as I know all New Yorkers do, that he will have a full and speedy recovery." What do you mean she didn't say you were hiding something? What do you mean she didn't start chanting, "Lock him up, lock him up"? More from 16 years ago. Asked if she would miss the mayor as an opponent, Mrs. Clinton replied, "Well, I think we should just wish him well as a person." Wait, where's the reference in there to your marital scandal that was going on at the same time? I mean, you're saying she didn't accuse you of using your health as an excuse? She didn't claim that you were really dropping out because 10 days earlier you had announced you wanted a separation from the missus and you left her to conduct a tearful news conference outside the gates of the mayor's mansion in New York? And by the way, Rudy, if you have permission to diagnose Secretary Clinton from videos you saw on the internet, maybe you got that permission from Trump's physician, Dr. Vinnie Boom Botts. May I suggest that having seen you in person several times over the last 15 years, to say nothing of all those videos I saw of you on the internet, it sure looks to me, from my completely and utterly unqualified position as a not doctor, that you have been waging a losing battle against ever-increasing symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Rudy Giuliani, who only kept his job as chief Clinton health rumor mongerer because while Newt Gingrich was on the air spewing to Sean Hannity about Clinton's coughing fits, Gingrich had a coughing fit. Oh, and then there's Tom Brokaw. Dr. Tom Brokaw, who threatened by the Republicans that their candidate would not show up to the debate he was moderating unless he got me and Chris Matthews thrown off MSNBC coverage of the 2008 debates, not only carried that particular barrel of GOP water, but then boast about it in the papers. Tom Brokaw saying 1 hour after the pneumonia overcame Secretary Clinton inside the 9/11 ceremony, quote, "Just this morning, I had a rather detailed message from a Republican who was inside, and he was raising questions, as well as saying, I don't know if this is true, but here are the incidents that we are all watching. I think she should go to a hospital, see a neurologist, and get a clean report." Hey, Tom, I worked with you for 9 years. They asked me if I wanted you on cable coverage of the primaries, and I said, of course. I think you should go to a mirror and see if you have any journalistic credibility left. It was pneumonia. Bad guess, Tom. For crying out loud, Hillary Clinton has been campaigning with pneumonia since at least last Friday and making more sense per minute than Donald Trump has in his entire campaign. How's her health? She's frickin' Wonder Woman.